Hello everybody and welcome to the stream! Happy Halloween, guys! Oh my goodness. Ooh, hold on. Let me fix the chat. The chat is a lot more zoomed in than I thought it would be. Okay, hold on. Let me fix that. Because of course. Let me... Happy Diabetes Day! Oh gosh. Okay, this should be like that, and then, hold on. Let me fix this. I got this. So then, like that, and then... Oh, that's not right. Almost there. Width, let me change it to... Oh god, I accidentally hit the button that mutes me. Oh gosh. This Halloween stream is going off with a great start, guys. I promise. I know what I'm doing, I promise. I know what I'm doing. I guess I must have accidentally bumped it, because I definitely did not... Oh, wait, because I was typing, and I hit... Okay, I got it. Oh, and my music went away. I was hitting every single button. Oh my god. Okay, are we good now? Can you guys hear me now? Because I was typing and I forgot that all of my shortcuts are on my numpad, and I was using the numpad to change the change the size of the chat. Okay, so are we good now? Can you guys hear me? Okay. Good. Of course. Anyway, happy Halloween, everybody! I am so excited to be here. I had a really awesome morning. I was unintentionally part of a stream with a close friend of mine. He was playing a horror game and he needed a little bit of help and he didn't want to be alone, so he recruited me. So I joined him. We had a lot of fun this morning, which was technically night for him because of time zone stuff. So I was there for his Halloween stream. I don't know if he'll show up for my Halloween stream. Maybe. He would be missing out if he didn't show up. Knowing him anyway, but he might be sleeping already. He's probably tired. I last minute crunched basically everything for this stream. I decided last minute that I wanted a new overlay, and like maybe 5 minutes before the stream I decided to get some Halloween music so that it wasn't just my regular music. So I crunched a lot of things, and I made like the background this morning before I left the house for work. So I've been all over God's creation today. So today I not only want to indulge in the Halloween spirit, maybe read some spooky ghost stories with you guys, share some like spooky ghost stories or whatever. I also have my Halloween costume prepared for you guys. It took me a while to like figure out who exactly I wanted to dress up for Halloween, but I settled on something really I guess classic, you could say. What better time to have an anxiety attack? Listen. it is so easy for me to just decide to change everything like at the last possible second and try to like cram everything all together and make things interesting for myself, I suppose. So I crammed everything this morning and I got everything done, but thankfully everything looks the way that I was hoping it would. I'm very pleased with the appearance for everything, and I ain't mad about it. So I just need to switch over my to my other costume for you guys, and pull up all the ghost stories. So without further ado, let me, where is it? This one. Okay. Give me just a second. I'm still here. I'm just changing my avatar. Don't worry about it. Just pretend that I moved to a different room and that I'm changing my outfit. No. There we go. That's correct. She turned into a logo. Yep, guys, my Halloween costume this year, I gave up and decided to be a logo instead. I mean, it's a pretty cute logo, not gonna lie. But that wasn't my intention, I guess. Are you guys ready? I worked really hard on it, so please don't be mean. I'm still obviously learning everything. I'm not a costume designer. I'm not anything besides a person who likes to play video games. But I made a really cute outfit and I like it, so I wanted to share it with you guys. 3, 2, 1. Wabam! Okay, hopefully everything is working okay. Hopefully I didn't lag out everything. Oh gosh. I decided that I wanted to be Jessica Rabbit this year, and I got a really cute dress and the gloves, and I did my makeup. I took off the fruit clips, so I have my cute little costume for this year. I really love it. I had such a great time making the outfit and trying to figure out how to do everything correctly. Oh gosh, it's easier working with like all the different bases to try and like change the color of things and stuff, but this was like I had to redo everything and figure out like a lot of things from scratch, but luckily I think it turned out great and I'm really happy with the end result. And I think it's a really cute outfit, and I was so excited to share it with you guys. I've had this in the works for a while, so I have my Halloween costume ready. I'm very glad that it was ready in time because I was tweaking a lot of things for a while, but I think it's really cute and I wanted to share it with you guys. So yeah, this is my costume for this year. I hope you guys like it because I did work on it. Yay, I got a clap from Chronic Boom at the very least. But anyway, we're not just here to sit and stare at me, even though that might be what some of you guys tend to do. I don't monitor you. I don't monitor you guys or anything, so maybe that's what you guys like to do. But I did decide to pull up some, not really like ghost stories, but at least for right now, I decided to pull up some, specifically like Indonesian ghost stories, because I thought that would be really cool and I really wanted to share some with you guys. At least some that I know. There are a couple on this list that I'm actually not too familiar with, and I might end up doing some more like background research for it. Like I don't have any like personal stories with any of the Indonesian ghosts. But I figured it would be a really cool cultural thing to share with you guys, and I really enjoy sharing stuff like that with you guys. Actually, hold on just a second. I want to fix something real quick because something is a little bit wonky and I don't know why. Is it in here? Okay, there we go. That's better. Is that better? Maybe not. Never met an Indonesian ghost, shame. I have yet to meet an Indonesian ghost, but I know some information about them. And I've been told many things about them, so I was very interested in sharing it with you guys. There we go, that's a little bit better. For some reason my arms were like locked in a position that I didn't like very much, so I fixed it. I'm all good now, I promise. But yeah, let me pull up the first one. There are a fair amount of different ones, but what's it? There is one that I know off the top of my head, but I don't know, like I haven't searched for like an article for it, so I don't know the validity of the actual ghost story, but it's one of those things that like my mom shared with me at some point, and it's always kind of stuck with me since. So the one that my mom always told me was some type of religious belief. I believe it was like of an Indonesian Muslim tradition. I'm not sure if it's Muslim or Hindu or another religious subgroup, but I'm pretty sure it was Muslim from what I remember. But there is a superstition for at least one of the religious groups in Indonesia where when buried, they would wrap the body of the deceased in leaves of some sort, like banana leaves, and they would tie a knot at the top after they were done wrapping the deceased's body. And I think like you had to cut off the knot at some point, because if you left the knot still attached to the rest of the wrappings, that the deceased's body would like wake up in the middle of the night and start wandering around. So that's just one of the ones that I remember being taught at some point. Again, I don't know the actual validity of that story, and I don't remember which actual religious subgroup that it dealt with, but that's one of the ones that I remember like sticking in my head. Again, I can probably research it and try to find like the origin of the myth and like what religious subgroup it is, but that's one of the ones that I remember. My man doesn't like bananas. He said, why the hell are you wrapping me in all these banana leaves? That might be the reason. If my man doesn't like bananas or he's allergic to bananas, he'd be like, yo, what in the hell? That might be one of them. But most of the ones that I found on here are just like Wikipedia articles or like magazine articles online, I guess. Hold on, I need to take a sip of water. There we go, that's better. Ooh, apparently this one even had some movies associated with it, which is very interesting. But I kind of just want to read some of these out to you and share them because I think they're really interesting or really cool. So the first one that I have is called a kuntilanak. Let me type that in chat for anybody interested. BRB, I'ma have dinner. Okay, just come back whenever you're ready. Kuntilanak. I hope I spelled that right in chat because I'm like looking at it on my phone. But the kuntilanak also known as Pontianak in Malay, is a mythological creature in Indonesia, Malaysia, and Singapore. It is similar to Lang Suir in other Southeast Asian regions. The Pontianak usually takes the form of a pregnant woman who is unable to give birth to a child. Alternatively, it is often described as a vampiric, vengeful female spirit. Another form of the Pontianak refers to the ghost or white lady of Southeast Asian folklore. The Pontianak is often depicted as a long-haired woman dressed in white, and it represents local variations of a vampire. She lures in unsuspecting men to incite fear and enact revenge. Signs that a Pontianak is nearby include the sound of an infant crying and the smell of a decaying corpse or the plumeria flower. So that's one of the other ones. Hold on. There's some other stuff here. Let me... I'm getting so many notifications on my phone right now. I'm trying not to, I promise. Okay, there we go. I'm also gonna try to put my phone at a better angle so that I don't look so crazy when I'm like staring at my screen. Okay. Okay, there we go. Kuntilanak or Pontianak is often described as an astral female spirit. Another version of this figure is a woman spirit with long, sharp fingernails. It is similar to the spirit of a woman unable to give birth while her stillborn child was inside her womb. This figure is mainly known to reside in the Kalimantan region containing the city of Pontianak. The Pontianak can disguise herself using the appearance of a beautiful woman to lure her prey. In Malaysia, lore depicts them as vampiric bloodsuckers that rip through internal organs of men. The Pontianak is derived from myths and folktales, some of which are particularly popular in Kalimantan or Borneo. Being one of the most famous pieces of Indonesian folklore, it inspired the name of a capital city in the western Kalimantan region called Pontianak. The city of Pontianak has a long history. It was founded and infested by ghosts until Syarif Abdurrahman Al-Qadri, I hope I said that name right, fended off the ghosts. After the two shots were fired at the exact same spot, then the Sultanate had planned to construct the foundation of a mosque and a palace there at the forest. The first sultan of the Pontianak Sultanate, whose reign lasted from 1771 to 1808, was haunted by these wicked creatures. Today the place is covered in trees and locals still believe it is haunted by the Pontianak. It is tradition to shoot carbide cannons made from logs to pay tribute to the Sultan. That's really cool. A lot of this stuff I never even knew, so that's really interesting to me. I really like that. Oh, hold on. Again, I'm moving stuff around in the background. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm gonna have to do a lot of stretching after this because my back is all like messed up right now. Anyway. The Pontianak is often depicted as a beautiful woman with pale skin, red eyes, and long black hair. She is often dressed in a blood-smeared white dress. The Pontianak is also described as changing into a more monstrous form when she captures her prey, which is typically men or helpless people. Because she is bloodthirsty and has a carnivorous nature, a Pontianak can also appear as a beast or a ghost resembling the Dracula vampire. Pontianak only appears under the full moon and typically announces her presence with the cries of infants or feminine laughter. It is said that if the sounds are quiet, she's nearby, but if they're loud, she's far away. Some sources also state that a dog howling at night indicates that a Pontianak is present, but not too close. If the dog whines, then a Pontianak is near. Its presence is also said to be heralded by a floral fragrance, identified as that of the plumeria flower, followed by a stench similar to that of a decaying corpse. The Pontianak kills her victims by using her long fingernails to physically remove their internal organs to be eaten. In cases where the Pontianak desires revenge and retribution against a man, it is said to eviscerate the victim with its hands. If a victim has their eyes open when a Pontianak is near, she will suck them out of their head. The Pontianak is said to locate her prey by the scent of their clean laundry. Because of this, some Malaysians refuse to leave any pieces of clothing outside their house overnight. Huh. The Pontianak is also associated with banana trees, and her spirit is said to reside in them during the day. According to folklore, a Pontianak can be fought off by driving a nail into the hole on the nape of her neck, which causes her to turn into a beautiful woman and a good wife until the nail is removed. The Indonesian kuntilanak is similar to the Pontianak in Malaysia, but commonly takes the form of a bird and sucks the blood of virgins and young women. The bird, which makes a ki-ki-ki sound as it flies, may be sent through black magic to make a woman fall ill. The characteristic symptom being I'm back, and with no context, I'm determined that a feminist, libertarian florist who hates dogs has some serious Stockholm syndrome. I'm sorry. You came back in the middle of this sentence, and the sentence was... The bird which makes the ki-ki-ki sound as it flies may be sent through black magic to make women fall ill. The characteristic symptom being vaginal bleeding. Is this just some sort of like mom's excuse for why girls get periods? I'm sorry, I was not expecting that at all. I did not proofread any of this. Oh my god, I was not expecting that at all. I'm so sorry. Anyway, oh my gosh. Holy crap, okay. Oh my god, okay. When a man approaches her in her female form, the kuntilanak suddenly turns and reveals that her back is hollow, much like the Sundel Balong, the prostitute ghost with her large gaping hole on her back. A kuntilanak can be subdued by plunging a sharp nail into the top of her head. Wait, a nail in the top of the head? I don't mean to make this a call-out post, but isn't there a certain Indonesian ghost or spirit VTuber we know who has a nail driven in her head in Nijisanji? I don't mean to call her out, but doesn't Mika have a nail driven through her head? Oh my god. Is this just a play for carpenter business? It's just the carpenters wanting to get rich quick. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna look into the Sunda Balong too. Oh, it's actually been featured in a lot of different Malaysian horror films and Indonesian and Malaysian television. There is a whole, list. Oh, yeah! There is a video game that depicts, a kuntilanak and a bunch of other Indonesian, folklore and ghosts and stuff. It's called Dread Out. And there's also a game called Pamali, Indonesian folklore horror, but I remember Dread Out. Dread Out was super popular. Maybe I should play Dread Out. I'll figure out how much it is on Steam, and I'll see if I can get it for you guys, and then I will play it for you. Hold on, I'm really interested. I need to know. Dread Out on Steam. How much is it? Not telling me how much it is. There's a Dread Out too? Oh. I didn't even realize there was a second one. Yeah, Dread Out originally came out in 2014. It has a 7 out of 10 on Steam. The price is your soul. Honestly, that might be what happens anyway. Ooh, but yeah, I'll get it. Oh, it's only like 10 bucks. Okay, yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, I'll think about getting it for you guys. Why not? Oh, apparently they were also featured on an episode of Supernatural. Oh, see, there's I freaking knew it. It literally includes internet subculture. The VTuber Mika Malatika of Nija Sadanji ID is describing in her character lore as a kuntilanak. So she is one. Oh, okay. See, I freaking knew it. But apparently it was also featured in an episode of Supernatural called Cold Fire. I don't watch Supernatural, so I wouldn't know. The scariest thing of all, VTubers. Honestly, yeah, they're pretty scary. I get it. Also, here's the article for a Sundel Balong. In Indonesian mythology, a Sundel Balong is a mythical ghost from the archipelago, which is a woman with beautiful long black hair in a long white dress. The myth is closely linked to prostitutes, meaning a prostitute with a hole in her in reference to a large hole which is said to appear on her back. The name Sundel Balong derives from the physical appearance of the ghost. The word Sundel means prostitute or whore, and Balong in Javanese literally means hole. Modern folklore studies believe that the myth was developed in Javan culture to deter prostitution that developed during the Dutch East Indies colonization. In this household, we do not slut shame. If there are ghosts that got holes in their back, they are welcome here. They're welcome to chill all they want. I do not mind. We do not slut shame in this house, because that's just rude. In folklore, a Sunda Balong, more commonly referred to as a prostitute ghost, is the soul of a woman who died when she was pregnant outside of marriage, and therefore gave birth in her grave, or who died during childbirth and the baby came out from her back. This is the reason why the hole was created in her back, which is concealed from men by her long black hair. The victims of Sunda Balong consist mainly of men and children. As a vengeful spirit, if rejected by a man, she is said to castrate him. Children, especially newborns, are said to be taken to replace her lost child. Sunda Balong has appeared in a number of movies. In 1981, an adult horror film, Sunda Balong, was released, directed by Siswaro Gautamaputra, and in 2007, Legenda Sunda Balong was released, as well as a remake version, Susana Bernaps Dalam Kubur, which was released in 2018. Huh, interesting. In Marvel anime Blade, the Sundel Balong are depicted as an Asian vampire subspecies, and in the horror game Dread Out, developed by Digital Happiness, Sundel Balong is featured as one of the ghosts. Cool! Ooh. Okay, so this one isn't a ghost. This one's actually a Malay creature, I guess? There was a related article named the Longsuyar. Or Hold on, I'm pronouncing it wrong. Longsuir? Yeah, I think it's pronounced Longsuir. The Longsuir is a female revenant in Malay and other mythologies in the Malay archipelago. The word is derived from the Malay word for eagle. Its grouping is mythical creature. Its subgrouping is vampire, banshee, or hantu demon. A Longsuir is a type of vampire, which is the ghost of a woman who died while pregnant or giving birth. Longsuirs are different from Pontianak, which is the ghost of the child who has died at or before birth. They take the form of a beautiful woman with long black hair that reaches her ankles, although they may also take the form of a floating woman's head, from which entrails and a spinal column hang, thus similar in appearance to the Penanggalan, although different in nature. I've heard of that one before. I don't know much about it, but I've heard of like that specific like subset of appearance. I'm familiar with that, and I've heard of that before. Hold on, I need more water. Okay. Longsuirs have also been described as having incredibly long nails, hands extending down to her feet, and wearing green robes. They prey on humans, preferring the blood of newborn male children, but also consuming newborn female children. Okay, so there's a pretty big, like, I don't know if you'd call it like a subcategory or just like a general category of female vampires? I guess they're vampires. Not traditional, like, European vampires that, like, only suck blood or consume blood. Nutritious. But, I mean, it's still vampires, because they come out at night, they consume humans, it's that kind of vibe, I guess. Let me pull up some of the other ones, because there are a few more here. I do have to Google some of these more, but... Oh, here we go. Because I have, like, a list from, like a magazine article, kind of a bunch of different Indonesian or Malaysian folklore creatures, and I wanna pull up like Wikipedia articles so I have like a little bit more of a source or something. So I'm like going through the list and reading blurbs of them, but I'm Googling the names so I can get like a full Wikipedia article's worth and not just like the 2 sentences that they give me on the article. So the next one is known as a toyol or a tuyul. A tuyul is an undead infant in Indonesian and Malay folklore. It appears in the mythology of Southeast Asia and is invoked as a helper by shamans by the means of black magic. The creature is used to rob people of their riches, which is similar in nature to Babi Nempet? Babi Nepet? Okay, let me look at this up. Oh, okay, so it's not just in Indonesia and Malaysia, but in a bunch of different countries. The toyol is known by different names across Southeast Asia. The Malay word is toyol or tuyul in Indonesian, tuyul in Havanese, and kesit in Sudanese. It is known as Kohen Crow in Khmer and Kuikia in Hokkien. In Thai, the male is called Kumantong. A similar creature exists in Philippine mythology known as Tianak. I'm just imagining a bunch of small Lenin stacks. Rich. I mean, was Lenin summoned via black magic? Because if that is the case, then I suppose that would be close enough if we believe and if we are going with the theory that Lenin was summoned via black magic. which is a funny enough thought in itself, so I'll take it. Okay. In Billy Chan's 1987 Hong Kong film, Yang Guizi, roughly translated as Feeding a Child Spirit, also known by its English title Crazy Spirit, a jewelry store owner wishing to have an heir travels from Hong Kong to Thailand to obtain a spirit baby from a Taoist master who seals it in an amulet. The amulet, on its way to Hong Kong, gets lost in transit and is found by a woman trying to conceive a child. She accidentally cuts her finger, causing her blood to drip on the amulet and releasing the child's spirit. Ooh, that's fucked up. Ooh, getting lost in transit and fucking getting found by the wrong person who doesn't know what's going on, and then just accidentally releasing horrors into the world. That, ooh, that don't sit right with me. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. Similar in nature to... Oh, what is this? Babi Nangpet is a boar demon in Indonesian mythology. Huh. According to local myth, the creature is believed to be the manifestation of a person practicing Pesugihan Babi black magic. Or Pesugihan? No. Pesugihan? I think it's Pesugihan. Pesugihan is derived from the Havanese word sugi, meaning rich. It is a kind of magic to help people become rich instantly, but in exchange they must sacrifice something. In this case, they must sacrifice their humanity, allowing themselves to be transformed into a boar for a period of time, or allowing themselves to be possessed by a boar demon. The human-animal transformation is similar to shape-shifting or the werewolf concept. Oh, okay. That's interesting. So it's like the Indonesian version of a werewolf, but it's the give and take of, oh, you want to be rich? Well, here, become boar for a while. That's pretty cool, though. Ooh, it even includes, like, some myths about it. This sounds like a convoluted version of Would You Press the Button? I don't know, it seems like a pretty cut and dry version of Would You Press the Button. It's, okay, become rich quick, but turn into a boar, like a werewolf, but instead of a wolf, you're a boar. That's not too convoluted, but I mean, would you prefer being a wolf or a boar? I guess it just depends. I mean, you get rich either way, so there are worse things? I hesitate to say that. There might be some worse things, but you know, it's not ideal. It's not great by any means. Some of the myths told about a man enveloped in black robes before miraculously turning into this creature. After the transformation, the demon boar roams around the village, scratching its body against the wall, door, cupboard, or furniture. Magically, the belongings of the villagers, such as money, gold, and jewelry, will disappear and be magically carried away by the Babi Nabet. Choose wisely, as your choice will reveal if you're a furry. Wait, would it make you more or less of a furry if you chose to be a boar? Would it make you more or less of a furry? I feel like you'd be slightly more of a furry if you chose to be a boar, because, like, that's kind of out there. At least if you're like, do you want to be a wolf? Like, some normies are gonna be like, oh, cool, wolf. Like, I like wolves. Wolves are cool, and then they'd pick it. But, like, does it make you more or less of a furry if you pick the boar? It might make you more of a furry. I don't know, though. I don't know for sure. Because I'm not a furry, so I wouldn't know. If the mission was successful, by the time Bobby Nepet safely returns home and transforms back into their human form, the black robes will be filled with the stolen money or jewelry. The person that practices Bobby Nepet black magic needs assistance from another person. The assistant's task is to stay home and guard the lit candle floating on a basin of water while the Bobby Nepet is in action. If the candle flame is shaking, fading, or almost out, it is a sign that the Bobby Nepet is in danger, caught in the act by villagers, or turned back into their human form. Because of this belief, Havanese villagers often chase or even kill any boar wandering around the village at night. I mean, is it because of the superstition that they're killing these boars, or is it because, in general, boars in your village at night are a threat? Because let's be real here. Like, wild boars, if you're in Indonesia or like South America or any area where boars are native and they're wild and they're in your town in the middle of the night, they're going to be dangerous. Imagine seeing a boar stealing your money. How rude. Because you would expect to see the boar like stealing your food or just knocking stuff over or digging in your garden. How straight up rude would it be to see that same boar open up your like cabinet drawers or whatever and just be stealing all your money? How freaking rude. Oh my god. But yeah, that would still be really funny though. I would still pay to see money to see that. Oh gosh. Let me see some of these other ones. Suster Neso? It would help if I could spell it right. How do you spell it? Hold on. Sister Gesso. It's trying to send me to 2007, so apparently it was a movie. Can I get a Wikipedia article? Apparently the movie is not that highly rated, so maybe don't watch the movie because it sucks. But I am curious and I want to know more because I want to be nosy. Can you give me more information about just the thing? Returning from studying in Melbourne, Australia, Kanaya is surprised to find that her father has married a woman named Sophie 2 months prior of her return. Sophie turns out to be the same age as Kanaya as well. No, you can't be doing that. You can't be doing that. Nuh-uh. You can't be doing that. That's just not what you're supposed to be doing. She decides to leave, but soon has an accident that results in being taken to a haunted hospital for treatment. From there, Kanaya begins to be terrorized by Suster Gesso. With the onset of family conflicts and the terror of Susan or Suster Gesso, Kanaya becomes depressed. That's it? That's all that it says? That's all that it says on the wiki page? That's all I get? Man, no other information? Is it that bad? I guess it really sucks. Suster meaning nurse and Gesso meaning sliding together refer to the ghost of the sliding nurse. Legend has it that this ghostly figure is said to be the spirit of a nurse brutally raped and murdered in a Jakarta hospital, drags her body through the halls of hospitals at night. All you hear echoing down the dark path is the sound of her broken leg sliding across the floor as she approaches. It doesn't... I can't find that much information on that, so I guess it's not that important. Gets jump scared, immediately gets depressed. I can Gee, Dad, you and your new wife, who is more or less like my age, who's basically my sister, there's this woman, and she keeps scaring me, and it's making me really sad. I don't know how scary this stream really is. This stream has just been nothing but giggles this whole time. Genderuo? Whoa. Oh, what is this? Hantu Tingi, Tall Ghost, is a being similar to Hantu Rhea or Genderuo, but so tall its body from the waist up is hidden by clouds. It exists in the western and eastern regions of Malaysia. Okay, so what's Hantu Rhea? The Hantu Rhea is a type of familiar spirit in Malay folklore that acts as a double for black magic practitioners. Roughly meaning great ghost, it is supposed to bestow great power onto its master. Its true form, according to folktale, is humanoid form with black, hairy body except the facial area, rough gray skin, long sharp teeth, and with red eyes. The word hantu is most often translated as ghost in modern Malay, but is actually closer in meaning to spirit. The word raya roughly means great or high. The term hantu raya, therefore meaning great ghost, is sometimes mistaken as meaning a supreme demon which rules over all ghosts, but its high status comes not from its position and instead refers to the spirit's power being one of the most useful in spirit familiars. Sounds like the makings of a new Pokemon. It kind of does. You know what? You're kind of right, though. The Hantu Rhea manifests itself in the physical form as a double of its owner. Oh, so you get like a doppelganger? You get like a twin? The way that it manifests to like other people, I guess? It makes it look like just another you? That's pretty cool. In this form, it can be used to work in the fields in its owner's place. This was said to be especially useful since the Hantu Rhea possesses superhuman strength and can work more efficiently than mortals. The Hantu Rhea could also be used as an alibi if the owner were to commit a crime. If a man were to have an extramarital affair, the Hantu Rhea could stay with his wife in his place. Man, you know what? This Is it slavery if it's yourself? I guess not. Well, you're performing black magic, so there must be some sort of exchange system. So, I mean, I guess if you sacrifice your soul, if that counts? Because in order to have this as a spirit on your side, especially given how strong of its powers that it has, then you'd have to exchange something pretty big, and I'm guessing it's either your soul or you have a limited time to, like, live afterwards? I'm really not sure. Just so that you can go either commit a crime to get some extra money, kill somebody that you have a real big gripe with, or sleep with someone. Man, you don't need to have an alibi spirit or like try to summon this guy just to have an extramarital affair. Just take the L, my guy. You don't have to do black magic just to have an extramarital affair. You know how much messier that makes it? Just have the extramarital affair and admit to it, rather than being like, oh yeah, I used black magic and summoned a mirror version of myself to stay with you, my loving wife, so that I could have this extramarital affair. You know how much muddier that makes the water? That's so bad. My guy really had an all-powerful spirit to its beck and call and decided to use it for gardening and cheating. Okay, but you're right, and it's stupid. You really have an all-powerful spirit, and you can do anything with it. And you use it as a body double so that you can go faster in the fields and cheat on your wife. Man. Okay. Normally, the Hantu-Raya feasts on Ankak, an offering made for the spirits containing yellow glutinous rice, eggs, roasted chicken, rice flakes, and a doll. Food offerings must strictly be observed in a timely manner to avoid any harm caused by the spirit. The Hantu-Raya is also blamed for childbirth death, which was quite common in the days before modern medicine. Okay, so picture this. You somehow come across the ritual in which to summon this all-powerful spirit. And in the ritual, it explains to you how dangerous the process is, and that if you don't follow these rules, it can result in death during childbirth. You have a wife, and you also have a coworker who you got the hots for. And you also work in the fields, and you're tired of working in the fields and you're exhausted all day. So what you do is you decide to take the day off and send your body double into the fields to work for you. And when you're done with all your hard labor for the day and you're next to the coworker that you have hots for, your body double walks back into like your house or whatever, and you quick swap and you meet with the other farm worker who you got the hots for, and you go cheat on your wife while your other guy stays at home, I guess? Sounds like a pretty good rom-com. Me, my demon, and I. Someone needs to make a rom-com of that now. I demand it. I need to see it in action by Wednesday, or I riot. Oh my freaking god. But again, like, you're right. Like, why? You have this all-powerful spirit. I'm guessing it can do a lot more than body doubling. Because, I mean, yeah, it's known for body doubling, but it can do a lot more than that. Like I'm known for playing video games. I can do a lot more than just play video games, though. I can do a lot more than just play video games. So, like, why? Like, there's so many other options. But I mean, I guess if that's the deduction that the guy wants to take from it, and that's the thing that he wants to do, then who are we to stop him? ? Again, there are so many better things that you could be doing. Anyway, I guess if that's how you want to spend your time, and if you take the time to summon a demon, it's not just a body double, it's a mega strong body double. Literally, use it to intimidate your rivals and be seen as God. Yeah, you could! You could probably, like, take over your entire village if you were that type. Like, these examples that they give feel like dumb excuses or too tame. If you took yourself and your body double somewhere where nobody knows you, and you just decided to, like, have your body double doing crazy shit, like with their super strength, their super speed, or whatever the hell it is that they have, and like they start impressing everybody, you could probably pass yourself off to be a god or a demigod. You could have everything you've ever wanted at your beck and call just because you have this black magic spirit demon like body double. Why are you using it to have an extramarital affair? Oh my god. I don't get it. I don't understand, like, I mean, knowing humanity and knowing what humanity enjoys doing, I'm not surprised, but I'm very bored and annoyed. There are so many better things you can be doing. Anyway, before I keep making myself angry. Oh my gosh. Oh, holy crap. That's really funny though. Give me something else. Oh, the way that they put it in this magazine article is worse somehow. Gendaruo, an old Havanese ghost known for its malicious activity and its sexual desire for women. Originally, they look like ape men with thick hair covering their bodies, but when they need to, they will shapeshift to trick their victims, who are mainly beautiful women. They will take the form of women's lovers so that they are tricked into having intercourse with a demon. So that's not the same thing? It's like a different, like, subspecies? But, like... I saw that fucking... Oh my god. Did that autocorrect for you? You meant incel, but then you're... for you that you had to change it? Oh my god. No, that made it even funnier. I was gonna say, what a shitty uncle. Holy crap. Oh my god, that's so funny. Oh my god. Anyway. Oh, wait, I found it. Hold on. That thing that I was talking about earlier. It is a Muslim thing. Let me use Wiki. There we go. Okay, so it's not leaf, it's cloth. My mom always told me it was leaf. Pokong is a Havanese ghost that is said to be the soul of a dead person trapped in their shroud. Known in Indonesian as kain kafan, the shroud is the prescribed length of cloth used in Muslim burials to wrap the body of a dead person. The dead body is covered in white fabric over the head, under the feet, and on the neck. Other names include hantu or bungkus. And its origin is in Central and the Eastern Hemisphere of Java, and it is popular with nationwide Indonesia and countries with significant Havanese diaspora. According to traditional beliefs, the soul of a dead person will stay on the earth for 40 days after the death. If the ties over the shroud are not released after 40 days, the body is said to jump out from the grave to warn people that their soul needs to be released. Once the ties are released, the soul will leave the earth permanently. Oh, okay. Pokongs come in all shapes and sizes, depending on not only the physical appearance of the deceased at the time of death, but also on the state of the corpse's decomposition as well. The Pokong of a person who's been dead for years would be more skeletal in appearance, whereas the Pokong of a recently deceased person would retain a fair resemblance to his or her former self, save for some minor decomposition. Typically, a fresh pokong is described as having a pale face and wide open eyes. Multiple sources mentioned a pokong with dark face and glowing red eyes, a decayed pokong with white featureless eyes, and a flat-faced pokong with empty eye sockets. Although popular culture often depicts pokongs hopping like rabbits due to the tie under their feet, rendering the ghosts unable to walk, genuine pokongs are said to move around by floating above the ground. This is a distinction that people tend to look out for when they encounter a pokong in the wild. Huh, okay. Well, it makes sense that they would be floating, because if they're already dead and it's just the soul of the recently departed, then they wouldn't need to walk. They can just float around in the cloth. They don't have to walk around or hop around. I will not be reading that one aloud. I'm going to take your word for it, and I'm going to leave that one where it lies. Oh, gosh. Oh, my cat is meowing in the background. If you hear a meow, that's why. Since not all pokongs are the same, it is difficult to pinpoint a specific trait of all pokongs. Some may show themselves in front of people to relay messages or ask for prayers with no intention to cause harm whatsoever. At the same time, others may not be so docile, actively taking pleasure in frightening people with their grotesque looks. If you bury your friend and your friend is a troll, they might take pleasure in scaring the fuck out of you later. It all depends on the person. I actually really like that it's not just like how we read the other ones, like it's a vengeful spirit and they're all vengeful and they're all violent. Like, this one just depends, like, well, what was your friend like? What was your relative like? Did they act like this? Did they act like that? It depends on the person. I actually really like that. I think that's cool. Where was I? Still, in the main, their behaviors are mostly unpredictable, and people are encouraged to not think of them as allies, but rather as supernatural dangers to be treated with caution. Pokongs may form colonies, which could number from a few dozens to a few thousand ghosts from each colony. Despite of this, judging from anecdotal records, most sightings of Pokong indicate a lone wolf-style attack, meaning they tend to act independently. It is rare for Pokongs to work in pairs or in groups to harass humans. Okay, so like in their own time, they gather and they live in colonies, but if they are like cited for an attack, they're normally alone? Okay. As Pokongs are not bound to the physical world like humans are, they can move freely through solid objects. They have also been observed to teleport almost instantly from one place to another. They're found practically anywhere from their final resting places to their former homes. However, banana trees seem to be their preferred spot. It's not uncommon for someone to find a small colony of Pokongs happily gathering near or around banana trees. You know, I kind of like the idea of just all of them chilling out under the same banana tree as a colony. That's actually pretty cool. I can dig it. That's pretty cool. There are worse things for them to be doing for sure, so I can get behind all of them chilling under the same banana tree. That sounds like that sounds pretty good to me. Let's see. Ooh, this one's a long one. Okay. Let me get some more water before I pass out from talking over here. Okay. So this is in the famous stories section, so there might be a couple here, or it might just be one long one. I'm not sure yet. In some parts of Indonesia, there are Pokong variants that are unique to the places from which they emerged. One of such creatures is known as the plastic Pokong that haunts the city of Jakarta. The plastic Pokong's origin is traced to the purportedly true story of a pregnant woman who was murdered in cold blood by her boyfriend. When an autopsy was performed on the murdered woman's body, blood kept flowing endlessly from her body even after it was sewn shut. So much blood was pouring out that the hospital staffs were compelled to wrap the corpse in plastic in addition to the traditional shroud before burying her remains in an undisclosed location. People believe the plastic pakong appeared because the murdered woman's soul wished to be freed from her plastic cover. You know, I've been thinking about doing a cover of Plastic Love, but maybe it would be in bad taste if I did it anytime soon after reading this. Oh, God. That is real fucked up, though. I think, what was it? I was watching, there's not all the episodes, but some of the episodes of Thus Spoke Kishibe Rohan, because not all of them have been translated into English or are available on Netflix. But wasn't it the one story where the girl accidentally kills her boyfriend because she like pushes him and like he gets his head stuck on something and he just won't stop bleeding, and she like she needs to hide the body from like her dad or her like what's it, like her arranged marriage fiance before they like walk in on her, and she like is forced to like drink his blood so that it stops flowing everywhere. And then, like, she became some sort of, like, horror legend or something within that region of Japan where, like, she has him stowed away in some sort of coffin hidden away where no one can find him. And, like, she has to collect the blood in a bucket and she has to drink it in order to, like, I don't know, stay youthful or, like, protect his identity or something. I swear that's, like, one of the episodes in Thus Spoke Kishibe Rohan, but I don't remember the exact details because it's been forever since I've watched that. It reminded me of that, though. It definitely reminded me of that. Okay, so these are like a couple small stories. In 2007 to 2008, the story of an Andong Pakong surfaced in Sidoarjo, East Java, where the ghost was depicted as a lone Pakong riding a carriage drawn by a ghostly horse. Holy shit! How fucking cool do you get to be as a ghost, to be hopping around and you get a ghost carriage and a ghost horse? Yo, this dude's fucking balling! What a fucking guy! Holy crap! The arrival of the Andong Pakong is heralded with the sound of eerie bells. The ghost would knock on the doors of people's homes during the darkest hours of the night, and those who answer the door would be afflicted by a mysterious illness before dying a few days later. Getting all the ghost chicks with that. Riding up to my girl's house in my ghost carriage with my ghost horse. Oh my god. A knock knock, bitch. Hey, I think you pretty fine. You gonna get sick and die in like 3 days, and then you're gonna become my girl. I mean, I guess that's one way to pick up chicks. I can't say it's the most ethical way of doing it, but I mean, it's definitely a method. I'm not here to judge the way that ghosts decide to hit on women, but we're gonna roll with it. The Andong Pakong story originated from the story of a newlywed bride who was killed in a freak accident involving a horse carriage, but some people also link the Andong Pakong to the usage of black magic. Okay. Pokong Mera, or Red Shroud Ghost, is arguably the most feared Pokong variant due to its violent and dangerous nature, despite of its rarity. It is said to be born out of a person who wished to seek revenge for an unpleasant death, making it more akin to a vengeful spirit often found in many folklores in the West. The red color of this Pokong shroud is associated with the feeling of bitterness, anger, and vengeance felt by the person during the final moments of life. Of all variants of Pokongs, the red Pokong is believed to be more likely to attack the living on sight and without provocation. Because of this, many believe the red Pokongs are kings or leaders of some sort of a colony of Pokongs. I'm the king of Pokongs, look at me, I'm wearing red. Also, it's on site, motherfuckers. It is on site. I don't care who you are, I don't care where you came from, your status, your family, your children, I don't give a fuck. If you see me and I see you, it is on site. Oh my god. Oh gosh. In the rural parts of Yogyakarta, there is a river known as Code River, which is said to be inhabited by a massive colony of Pokongs numbering in the thousands. The colony itself is led by a very peculiar red Pokong who lived as an early 20th century local shaman specializing in black magic. According to the story, the shaman's shady lifestyle and practices greatly disturbed the villagers living in the same village, so much so that one day they decided that they would not tolerate him any longer, and so they hunted him down, murdered him in cold blood, and mutilated his body. Yo, okay, listen. I can hold grudges as much as the next guy and get angry at neighbors for being too loud or coworkers for doing whatever it is that coworkers do that annoy me as much as the next guy. But being so mad at a person for performing like black magic, even if somebody was performing black magic in my neighborhood and I wasn't chill with it, like I wouldn't mutilate their body. I can understand the murder part, but mutilation, that's too far. Yeah, like, if we're going with old, like, 1600s Salem witch trial standards, then yeah, I mean, murder might be a solution that we can turn to. but mutilation, like, it's already enough to just kill. Murder is fine. I do not condone murder of black magic users on my YouTube channel. You guys are independent thinkers and can make whatever conclusions to things that you want. I don't want to get in trouble with any specific black magic users and or non-black magic users who may or may not have certain opinions about murder. But like, yeah, mutilation after you've already killed the person, like, it's overkill. I don't need to be doing all that. What if they're trying to sell healing crystals? Yeah, like, I don't... Listen, I'm not here to police what other people do. I don't really care that much. Just don't be hurting other people, I guess. But if we're talking about, I get so mad at a person for doing a certain thing that I have even the passing thought to murder them, like, I'm not going to go the extra mile to also mutilate them. I don't have the time of day. I don't have the patience or the energy. I'm already doing the most by murdering them. I don't want to go through all the extra shit of also, like, mutilating them after they're already dead. Like, I'm not accomplishing anything. I don't really care that much. So I don't know. It's not my wheelhouse. That's not what I'd be doing. But anyway, yeah, mutilation's too much work. I'm not doing all that. You can't catch me doing all that shit. It's just, you're doing the most. My schedule is kind of full. I could squeeze in a mutilation maybe. Oh my gosh. Anyway, continuing with this poor shaman. The body parts were later wrapped in large white shroud, which later turned red because of the blood from the shaman's body, and buried somewhere in a pine forest near the riverbank. In death, the shaman swore revenge on the villagers who had slaughtered him in cold blood, and so his vengeful spirit, alongside thousands of Pakongs he had recruited over the years, has been haunting the Code River to this very day. So, if any of you guys managed to visit the region in which the Code River exists in Indonesia, maybe don't get too close to the river. I wouldn't do that if I were you. That shaman is on site. He does not care that you are just visiting. He does not care that you are interested in knowing more about him. It's fucking on site, and I don't need you guys getting murdered if you in that region, so please do not get murdered over at the riverbank. Imagine getting killed and just deciding to chill by a riverside. What a chill dude. Well, listen, it doesn't sound like he was trying to, like, do anything that crazy in life. Yeah, he was practicing black magic, but maybe, as we have learned earlier, maybe he just wanted to have an extramarital affair. and he didn't want to get caught as himself, so he got a body double. But like that's not like physically assaulting people. Cause like those other villagers straight up murdered him, even though he didn't do anything like specifically to them. So like when in death, he's just gonna chill with other people like him and just chill at the riverbank because why not? So I mean, good on him, I guess. He was the Ender Dragon. All he wanted to do was chill. He just wanted to crack open a cold one with the boys. Oh man, I'm sorry, man. That shaman deserved better. I feel sorry for him. He deserved better. But anyway. Ooh, what is this? Oh no. Oh no, what is this? Guys, I found something, and I'm not I'm not thrilled about it. He cracked open a cold one with the wrong boys. I suppose those boys didn't pass the vibe check because they just straight up murdered him. Free my boy, random shaman dude. Free the random shaman this instant. How dare. Man, that's fucked up. I feel bad for that shaman. Oh god. Guys. So this next one, I'm already aware that this spirit exists because I've heard of her before. She has a very specific reputation. I won't get too into it, but her name is the Wewe Gombel. She kidnaps kids. I'm gonna type her name in the chat in case any of you guys are extra curious. I will not be reading anything about her physical description for reasons. I feel like this is a show not tell type of appearance. So if any of you guys are curious, but she is a myth taught to encourage children to be cautious and to stay home at night. Modern representations include vampire-like fangs. And the ball dropped. Oh god. Okay, so I've already heard of this spirit unintentionally due to a podcast that I follow, and they were talking about ghosts, and one of the guys brought up this particular ghost, and yeah, you can imagine why they brought it up. I promise that's not my intention. I'm not bringing her up for that reason. She exists and is a thing that is happening. Her name is literally Wei Wei. Listen. She knows how to make an impact. She's an icon. That's all we can say. She's an icon. Everybody will know the name Wei Wei at some point or another. Oh my god. Oh my god. My head hurts from laughing so much because we're... Oh, holy crap. Okay, anyway. Okay, yeah, I got that one. What about this one? Ooh, okay, these ones are... TBH, if I had those, I'd flaunt them too. I will make no comment on my costume or previous outfits when in relation to flaunting certain assets. Oh god. But I mean, if she makes your kids stay home at night, then I guess it can't be that bad. I don't know if she'll get the desired effect in modern day. Yo, she bricked I don't know if I would use that language specifically to refer to her, but if you want to consider her as bricked up. Oh my god. Yeah, she do be kind of bricked up though. Oh my god. Yeah, so she's an icon, and we stand in this household. She's making all the kids stay at home. Oh, God. Okay, this next article I found actually has, like, a decent amount of info where it's not, like, a whole Wikipedia's length, but we can still have fun chatting about them, so I'm not gonna, like, do extra searches unless I think they're really interesting. She went as a helicopter. Oh my god, my face hurts. My face hurts. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, holy crap. Bob showed cherries. Well, if you're referring to mine, they're kind of already here, but if you want to search up the Wei Wei Gumbo, you can definitely find the cherries that you're looking for. Oh my gosh. Okay, we have to move on to another ghost. We can't just sit. Oh Oh my god. We got a bricked up ghost in my chat. Oh my god. We're moving on. We are moving on. The Banaspati. Banaspatis, is a fire element ghost known among the Havanese. It is said that Banaspati can fly from one place to another in a form of a fireball and has the ability to set humans on fire. Hence, one of the ways to avoid Banaspatis is by plunging into a river and staying under the water for as long as you can. Banaspatis is a quite popular ghost in some areas in central Java. Suno Wazono, a lecturer at University of Indonesia's Faculty of Humanity, told Kompas.com. It usually lives in the trees near to the river. Oh, I'm kind of curious. Banaspati? No, that's not what I wanted. Okay, well, I guess that's all we get on that one. Lampor. Iconic duo Weiwei and the Fire Ghost. Okay, well, apparently, if you don't want to be set on fire, you need to stay underneath the water in a river for as long as you possibly can, which, coincidentally, sounds a lot like my one uncle, who accidentally ran over a ground hornet's nest with a lawnmower and had to run for cover in the nearby river, and they still managed to get under the water and sting him a bunch. But he had to stay under the river for as long as he could. So it just kind of sounds like something that happened to my uncle. Anyway. Lampor. This one is known to reveal itself as a soldier and usually shows up in groups. Havanese people call them Obor Setan, Torch of Ghosts. They're said to be the warriors of Nyai Roro Kidul, the mythical queen of the southern seas. I think people in Surakarta and Yogyakarta still believe in them. Lampor. Just Lampor. Lampor Ghost, maybe? It's coming up as Lamput Ghost. Lampor the Flying Coffin? 2019? I don't see anything about it. The Flying Casket? Reminds me of those Remembrance Day commercials. I guess? Okay, but what is this horror movie? I don't understand. What is it? Oh, apparently Indonesia has quite the number of fucking horror movies, which I'm not surprised. But, like, what is it? I don't know what it is. I want to know more. Okay, so in reference to Lampor Karanda Terbang, which is a movie from 2019, a mysterious flying casket whose arrival is accompanied by loud, discordant chants from invisible entities terrorizes a village after dark. People call the flying casket ghost Lampor, an endemic Grim Reaper who would kidnap and grotesquely murder people. With such a ghost, there are two basic rules. First, stay away from any kind of light after dark. And second, don't look. For as long as they don't see people and people don't see it back, everyone should be safe. Inspired by the scary folklore that still haunts people of Central Java to this day, Lampor Karanda Terbang offers nothing but cheap, hackneyed thrills. I forgot this was a movie review for a second. Oh god, I guess it's a shitty movie, guys. Don't watch this movie either. The one about the nurse, don't watch it. The one about the dude in the flying coffin, don't watch it. Indonesia seems to have a lot of horror movies, but maybe they're not very good at it. Oh gosh. Okay, so we're just not gonna worry about that, I suppose. Oh gosh. Okay, yeah, we read about the Sundabalang. And we read about the Gendaruo. Oh, is that it? Dang, I guess we already got through my whole list. I thought there'd be at least a little bit more. You know what? That's not bad, though. I've definitely seen many films starring Wei Wei. Maybe Wei Wei likes to star in more than just horror movies, as we have come to agree. maybe she's in let's just say multiple film industries. Don't be asking for the sauce in my chat. Oh my lord. Oh my god. Holy crap. Oh gosh, I need more water. I am running out of water. Holy crap. She's an accountant. Well, I mean, I guess she do be taking account of some things. She works great with personal assets. Okay, I'll stop. Oh gosh. Oh god. Oh, I have to readjust. I have been sitting in this chair all wrong. My spine is killing me. Oh my god. Anyway. Ugh. Stretch. Gosh. Not the big yitty legal firm. Maybe she was in the, what's it? I'll say it's a parody of Legally Blonde. I will not continue any further. There are quite a few parodies of Legally Blonde on some personally directed films. She do be taking account of a fair amount of stuff, and we will leave that where it lies. Oh gosh. I was going to recount some personal ghost stories, but I don't think I have anything as interesting as Legally Helicopter. Oh my god. Oh my freaking god. Well, I'm trying to think, cause what's it? I did grow up, like, in the woods. Imagine the pickup lines you could make with her. Yo, babe, you Italian? Because I would love to make spaghetti. Oh my god! Okay, we are moving on from Miss Yitty. We are moving on from the Wei Wei and Miss Yitty. We have had enough. Oh god, we have had enough of Miss Yitty. We are moving on from the Wei Wei. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep laughing myself into a grave. Personal ghost stories. For a while, what's it? I grew up, like, in the woods. Like, we were, like, a drive away from, like, the nearest, like, towns over, not the nearest cities, nearest towns. Like, it took us a good 5 or 10 minutes to get to like the nearest quote unquote civilization, I suppose. And even then there were only like maybe a couple stores and like a neighborhood nearby. We really like were out in the boondocks growing up. And for a while, we had to move out of that house. We were going to move back, and I still lived there for a while, but for a small period of time, we were living in a different house that was still pretty close nearby, but again, it was still like a 5 to 10 minute drive away from where I grew up. And this house was a lot older than the house that I grew up in, because the house I grew up in was mainly constructed by my father. He built like the entire house basically by himself, but this house that we moved into was already like a very old house. It had been established for a long time, and there were a lot of things that were always a little bit off about the house in a way, I suppose. The windows were all like really old school windows. So instead of like the traditional, like you slide it up and it has the like the bug net or the just like the screen on it, like you couldn't even open the windows. It was just like one glass pane on the inside, one glass pane on the outside, and like it would get really hot during the summertime because you couldn't open any of the windows. And the house was constructed to like hold in heat because of how bad the winters got there. And there was a basement to that place. I never touched the basement there. Like, I don't even remember a time of me ever going down into it because of just how afraid of it I was. I was okay with the attic because the attic actually ended up being my older brother's room for a period of time. It was like the whole attic was redone and clean and good, but that basement was just, I don't want to say it was out of nightmares, but it's just one of those things where like everything in it was old and musty, and the lighting in it was so like bad. Like there was like one light bulb and it was like very yellowed in color, and there were no like outdoor windows. Like it didn't pop out just like a tiny bit so that you could have like the little like bottom windows or anything. Like it had none of those, and the stairs were creaky, and like the only things that were really down there were like the water heater and like the electrical source or whatever. And it was like, the whole house just gave me the heebie-jeebies. And there was furniture there, and the furniture was all like really old as well. And it was just, I don't know, it was just, it gave us the creeps. It gave me the creeps a lot, because I was still really, like, I was pretty young when we were in that house. So I didn't necessarily have like a ghostly encounter when I was there, but I'm kind of surprised that I didn't, in all honesty, because it was a really old house and I did not get like any good vibes from it at all. I did not like that house. I liked it because like it was pretty, I guess, in an old Victorian way, but it gave me the creeps. I did not like living there. Like, I liked living there because it was like conveniently closer to other people's homes, and that was kind of it. But I'm trying to think. I think for a while I don't want to say that I was haunted, but there was this one point in time where I was living in my original house, the house of my childhood, and my dad had brought home a deer to like eat and butcher and to like have, and I refused to eat it because I was not about to eat that thing. I didn't like the idea of eating it because it didn't come from like a we like need it for sustenance point. It, for me, in my head, it was like, we can just go to the store and buy meat. We don't have to like eat this animal in this form or whatever. So I refused to eat it. I did not get good vibes from it, but from my room and from my window, I could see where my dad had hung the deer carcass to start butchering it, and like I could see the whole process, and I was pretty young, so I was like sobbing and crying, and like I felt really like guilty over it. Like I had a huge amount of guilt over it, even though like I had no part of it. And like ever since that day when he had done that, and he like brought it inside and like butchered it and like put it in the freezer or whatever, like ever since, every time that I looked out from my window into like the big expanse of forest that surrounded our house and all the neighbors' houses, I would always get like this sinking feeling in my stomach that I was about to like make eye contact with like a red-eyed deer in the forest. And sometimes like I kind of felt that sinking feeling, but I never saw anything. But I still like, I don't know why, I just felt so much guilt over it that day, even though I had nothing to do with it, that like I didn't know what to do with myself. And then every time I would look out like at night, I would just get like that sinking feeling. It freaked me out. I did not like it. I wish that I had like a real like ghost story, but I just haven't had like any encounters, and I haven't like I haven't done or been in any situations where like I've been exposed to anything like that. I will say my mom had one of the craziest stories. Excuse me, oh my gosh. I never realized growing up how much my mom was like a spiritual person. And a lot of this I didn't really understand too well until I was a lot older and I like really sat down and thought about it. My sister once thought I was possessed. Oh god. Was it because like you actually like something happened? Or you were just like fucking around and being mean to your sister? Because I mean, either of those are pretty funny in my book, but I'm interested in hearing if something actually happened or if anything came of it, because that is pretty cool. But my mom had told me at some point, and I didn't understand the term when I was younger, but I've come to understand it since I've gotten older. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, but oh, what's the term? I'm forgetting it now. Astral projection. So she would describe to me that it wasn't only her, it was a lot of people like in her school that like she was friends with. She tried astral projecting once and it didn't like do anything, and then she did it on accident at some point and it worked. And what happened was she had done it a few times with her friends to like like skip school, go to the movies and stuff, but all of them were under the same like awareness of like, you can't just do this for as long as you want, like whenever you want, because if you don't return to your body within a certain amount of time, like you basically die. So she knew like some of the dangers of astral projection, so she didn't do it all the time. But one time, as my mom had told me, she astral projected and was like going down a street or something, and she saw something a little suspicious of like this man, and she followed him, and this dude straight up murdered this other guy and mutilated him and put him in like basically like a garbage bag and like threw away the remains. And like my mom freaked out because like, who is she supposed to tell? And she came home and like went back into her body, and the next day it was in the news, and she witnessed the murder and she knew who the murderer was, and she couldn't say anything. That's one of the stories my mom told me, and it fucked me up real good. Ooh, chronic. Okay. We were going camping, and I caught a really bad fever. When we went to sleep, apparently I started raising my arms up in the air and started calling our mom names that weren't hers. I have no memory of it. Oh, God. Ooh, oh, calling your mom names that weren't hers in your sleep. Like, I know sleep talking is a thing, but that's just, ooh. Ooh, you got a couple of ghost stories? Cool! You can share any of them if you feel like it. Oh, but that one of my mom in the astral projection, that really fucked me up when she told me that. I had no idea. And it took me a long time to, like, really process that. And I'm guessing, like, she still doesn't really know how to feel about it. Oh, but that's fucked up. Oh. I am in a lucky enough position that I can say that I have not been possessed, nor do I ever want to be possessed, I suppose. Oh gosh. No, but that, oh, that's scary. I mean, I won't lie, I am interested in seeking out, like, ghosts or ghostly encounters. I'm not gonna provoke anybody, but I would like to be in some sort of situation where I can encounter them. Because I will say, I'm a very spiritual person, and I can definitely feel, like, shifting energy sometimes. Like, one of the things that I like to partake in a lot is tarot reading, and I've done a few, like, I've requested a few tarot readings for me and, like, gone through sessions of tarot reading, and I can definitely feel, like, when there is something in the air. Because the very first time I ever had somebody read my tarot for me, like, we both sat down, and the minute we sat down, it felt like there was so much weight on our shoulders and like a cloud hanging over us, and we just kept like going with the reading and like going and going and going, and it was super serious, and you could feel like how thick the air was. And then the minute that like we blew out the candle, like all of it lifted, and I was like, holy crap, that felt insane. So just, oh, the feeling of energies being shifted, that always messes me up real good too. Ooh, gosh. Oh, I need to stretch again. My back is killing me. Oh, but this has been so much fun. Just getting to share ghost stories, talk about ghosts, talk about mythical creatures and stuff. Whew. Ooh, my neck is getting kind of sore though. I'm probably gonna need to sleep soon. I have been up I got up pretty early this morning, and I am pretty tired because I did work earlier, so. This has been a pretty fun Halloween though. My Halloween hasn't only been like today. I actually ended up celebrating a lot this past Saturday. That was when our like local trick-or-treaters came by, and we were handing out not only candy but also a lot of cupcakes because my mom loves to bake. So she passed out we probably passed out like over 200 cupcakes because now like everybody knows that our house in the neighborhood is the one that passes out free cupcakes. So we were a very popular house. I think humans are designed for that, honestly. We were very social creatures in our prehistoric period, and there's a reason why you can tend to sense others' emotions when you don't feel them as well. Yeah, and it's not even just like sensing other people's emotions, but like you can like physically feel like tension or weight in the air. I don't know how else to describe it. Cause like if you're there and you're part of that moment, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But if you've never experienced it before, it's really hard to like imagine it. But yeah, like sometimes if you are like sitting, like not even just like with tarot reading, because obviously it can happen in other situations too. So like for example, I've openly talked about it before that I've been like in the process of grieving, and when you sit down with people and you start talking about something like grief or something like sadness or like very strong emotions like that, like you can feel how heavy things get. Even if you're just like sitting in a therapy session and talking about like a bad day that you had, you can feel it. It's not just like you sitting there and talking about your emotions. Like it is like a physical block that you can feel. And like normally I attribute it to like a cloud or like an aura of some kind, but like I don't know, it's very palpable. It's not just like something you make up in your head. You can definitely feel it. I don't know how else to describe it to other people who aren't like as in tune with it, I suppose. But like for me, as a very spiritual person, I don't know how else to describe it, but it's very, very present, at least in my life. And I know for some other people, they can definitely feel it, whether like it's a spiritual person bringing it into like non-spiritual people's circles, or just like in general, it'll just like happen. But yeah, you definitely feel it. It depends what it is too. Ooh, Juliana has a story. I was spending the night at a friend's house, and I was sleeping on a mattress on her floor at the foot of her bed, and I heard a lady's voice say hi, and then heard a baby cry. There was no baby in the house, and her parents were out of town. Gosh. Oh gosh. Also, my cat is joining us for the last few minutes of the stream. So we have my cat. Oh, my cat felt the bad vibes and had to join to like calm the nerves. Oh, imagining voices is the worst. Or like hearing voices that aren't like anybody's. God. I can't do it, man. I can't do all that. I don't like that one bit. Nuh-uh, nuh-uh, nuh-uh. I think maybe once I've been in a situation where, like, I thought, like, a person spoke, but they didn't, but not like that. I heard the voice of the lady right next to my ear, and it sounded like it came from under her bed. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. Oh, God. No, 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 not happening. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Yeah, I totally feel that as well. I often experienced that sort of thing when one of our relatives died or one of our dogs. We'd always sit together, and often we would do, often all we would do is feel, if that makes sense. Yeah. I've been in that situation recently where, like, somebody very close to me passed away, and I would just sit with his family and just, like, we didn't even have to talk. Like, we can feel it. And even now, like, I still visit his family a lot, and I spend, like, a lot of time with them, and we won't even be talking about him specifically. We'll just be sitting together and just, like, enjoying our time together. And it's just, like, you can just feel it. It's just, like, hanging over us, and, like, you can feel it. I don't know how else to describe it, but yeah, you're right. Oh, man, the universe is very crazy in the way that it works. And I really hope that after tonight, after reading Juliana's story, that I don't hear any voices coming out from under the bed, because I'm gonna freak it if I do. I don't know what I'm gonna do if I hear something like that, so I'm gonna hope and pray. Oh. We told her mom, and she said that it's worse in the basement? No, 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 no. Plus, she told me she found a ring, and every time she didn't wear it, something bad would happen? Oh, God, no, no, no. That's a curse. Somebody sealed a dead woman's soul into that ring. That is 100% a curse, my guy. Is that just her trolling you? I don't like that, though. I mean, I think it is pretty funny to be a mom and have your kid's friend show up and just start trolling them a little bit, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that one. I still don't like the implication of it, therefore I'm not going to touch that one. Oh. It is getting late though, so I think I'm going to start wrapping up. But thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. This was really fun. Maybe I should have more streams where we sit and we talk about, like, a certain topic like this and just, like, delve into it and just have fun. I know we had, like, a really good excuse this time because it was Halloween, but I should make more excuses for it. She didn't wear it one time and she got sent to the hospital from school for dislocating her finger. Oh, God. You know what? If there's gonna be a correlation of events like that, I don't mess with that. I don't mess with karma. I don't mess with, like, cyclical stuff like that, where if someone says, like, that sort of thing. Next stream idea, we'll sit and we'll write a fanfic together about Wei Wei. You know what? That's a great idea. We'll do it as a meme stream. Why not? I love it. We're gonna do it. We'll start the stream by doing research. and we'll write some sort of fic together about it, because I think that's really funny. But thank you guys so much for coming to my stream today. Wei, my beloved Yiddy helicopter. Oh my gosh. So my next stream will be tomorrow, actually, at 9 p.m. My usual streaming time, 9 p.m. I know I did it earlier today because there's some other stuff that I also want to get done tonight, but tomorrow will be my normal time. It'll be 9 p.m. And of course we are getting back into Avion. I have no idea where we're supposed to go from there, but we'll figure it out together. And what's it, Thursday I'm doing some more Stardew Valley, and then Saturday is another Zatsu stream, but it'll just be a regular Zatsu. We'll just sit and chat like we normally do. But thank you guys so much for coming out. Thank you guys so much for watching my stream today. I hope that you guys have a good rest of your evening, your morning, your afternoon, whatever it might be, wherever you may are, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night, guys. Happy Halloween. Thank you for joining me tonight. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys. Bye.